In number 5, we're going to be asked to set up a division, and even though it's given to us in this form, we know we can usually switch it to the box format. When we switch it to the box format, we recognize that 2x plus 5 is the side of the box, and that the 6x cubed goes along the bottom of the box. We just print down all of the terms, we don't change anything, we just use what's there. Now to start the box, we know that the first term from the bottom section goes in the top left corner, and we use reverse multiplication. We ask ourselves what on top times 2x would give us 6x cubed inside. We know that term must be 3x squared. And you can always check. 3x squared times 2x gives us 6x cubed. That 3x squared on top times the 5 on the side would give us 15x squared by multiplying. And then, to remember what the box is all about, we have to think diagonally. That 15x squared with its diagonal partner needs to add up to 13x squared. That means that diagonal must be negative 2x squared because 15 minus 2 is 13. If 2x times something on the top gives us negative 2x cubed or squared, that means that term must have been negative x because negative x times 2x gives us that. Negative x on top times 5 on the side would be negative 5x, which is fine. And again, we look diagonally because negative 5x and its diagonal partner need to add up to negative 7x. That means this one must be negative 2x because negative 5 and negative 2 would be negative 7. If something on the top times 2x gives us negative 2x, that top term must be negative 1. And if that top term is negative 1 times 5, that would give us negative 5 in the box. Now we know that something's not quite right because that term is supposed to be positive 1 and it isn't, which implies that we have a remainder. It's our job now to complete the diagonal so that this number minus 5 is positive 1, and the number that completes the diagonal, well, that'll be our remainder. We know that 6 minus 5 is positive 1, so we're going to use 6 as that extra number. That 6 represents the remainder. So when we go to write our answer, we need to include it. Here's how we're going to write our answer. As usual, the top of the division box is the actual answer itself. So 3x squared minus x minus 1. To show that part of it didn't divide evenly, we include it as a fraction. Since 6 was positive, we use a plus sign to connect it to the rest of our terms. And we write it as 6 over 2x plus 5 to show that this was the part of the problem that didn't divide evenly by the original side part. So that's our full answer with remainder shown, remembering that it's all the stuff across the top, the remainder as part of a fraction, and a plus sign linking it. If our remainder was negative, we'd use a minus sign. So that fraction must be linked to the rest of our terms from the top of the box.